welcome to another video. It's New Year's Eve, actually, for those of you who have watched any of my previous videos, you'll know it's midday. But anyway, I have to record at this time because of upload times. But anyway, this is going to be the first episode of Skyrim lore, and the first episode is going to be on the Dwemer War. The war between two elvish races, the Dwemer and the Shima, the War of the First Council, and I've got almost a page of research on it, just in a big block of writing. So yeah. So the War of the First Council was a first age conflict between the two elven races of Shima and Dwemer. And yeah, the Shima are quite an interesting race for the reason of something happens later on, later this war. And now, so it followed what had become a strong alliance between the two races. And the reason for the war was sort of religion, sort of not. It was a kind of a mix between religion and power. War broke out when the Dwemer discovered the heart of Lorcan, who had been destroyed by other gods. After the gods had discovered they had been tricked into giving up their power to make Mundus, I think it's called. But that's a different lore video altogether. But anyway, the Dwemer wanted to use the heart, which they'd discovered during an excavation at Red Mountain, to depart from Tamriel and become gods themselves. And to do this, they created a giant centurion. Yeah. They called it a brass god. It was effectively a giant dwarven centurion, and they called it in Elvish Anumidum, which is translated to the brass tower. Of course, that is mentioned in the Book of the Dragonborn in Skyrim. So yeah, finally, after a long and bloody war, two giant forces clashed on Red Mountain. And this was called the Battle of Red Mountain, and it was to be the biggest, the bloodiest, and the final battle of the War of the First Council. And yes, I am just reading what I've wrote, but making it not a little less dull. And so I personally believe that this battle on the Dwemer's part was intended to delay the Shima long enough for the final part of the Dwemer plan. Now, the Dwemer tonal architect Lord Kagranak constructed what is now known, all three of them together are known as Kagranak's tools from Aetherium Ore. Again, and it needs that entire ore needs to be discussed in a different video altogether because it caused a civil war. It's got so many things to do with it. And so yeah, that'll be in another video as well. But anyway, all you need to know for now is that he created 3 tools using the Aetherium Ore in the Ethereal Forge. Inventive names. He created 3 tools, and those were Keening, Sunder, and Wraithguard. And I believe you can get Keening in Skyrim as a quest for Arniel Gain. But he created these tools to tap into the power of the Heart of Lorkhan. It's commonly believed by scholars in the Elder Scrolls world that the tools were misused by Kagrenac during the Battle of Red Mountain, leading to their deaths. And there's quite a bit of evidence to support this. There was ash found covering the battlefield after, and some dwarven ruins that hadn't previously been discovered. They contained ash next to piles of weapons and armour, and so there's quite a bit of evidence to support that. But anyway, there were all we know for certain is that Anumidum was destroyed. It just was destroyed, and all of the Dwemer disappeared. We don't know what happened to them. We don't know. We really don't know anything about them from that point on. But there were no bodies, like I said, just piles of ash. They just disappeared. Every last one. Apart from one who claimed he was elsewhere and not in this world at the time of the disappearance. So, after the battle, Shima King Nerevar approached the Shrine of Azora with Kagrenac's tools to ask what he should do with them. As he was doing this, his generals betrayed, killed, and took the Dwemer tools for themselves, probably to take the power. Whether they betrayed Nerevar for power or not is unclear, but what is most certain is that the action that they took marked the end of the Shima and the birth of a new elven race, and this is what's so strange about the Shima. And so yeah, the birth of the new elven race. The new elven race was the Dunmer, and interestingly enough, the skin tone of the Dunmer matches the skin tone of their old enemies, the Deep Elves, or the Dwemer. And so Nerevar was apparently killed in the battle, but again, apparently not. So there's a bit of debate about that. But yeah. So then they get the red eyes, and yeah, and that's all I could find about it. But of course, it's the New Year's special, so I'm going to be doing some more on this, and it will be on Sporkle. And so yeah, Dwemer. Skyrim Dwemer ruin names. Blows Mark. No. Black Reach. Yep, that's an immense cavern, and so yeah. Basalt. Mzulft. Yep, Mzulft is north of Shawstone, southwest of Winterhull. You know what, I'm just going to give up, and so yeah, northwest of the Shrine to Periite is Bethardens, an immense cavern, Black Reach, southeast of Marketh and north of Dushnik Jarl is Reachwind Eyrie, west of Windhelm, and south of Lake Jorgrim is Erkingland. In Black Reach, in the immense cavern, is the Tower of Mzark, north of Shawstone is Mzulft, southwest of Winterhold is Alftand, southwest of Windhelm, and between Lake Jorgrim and the White River is Raldbathar, north of Riften and southeast of Mzulft is Kagrenzel. In Winterhold is the Cyclus Pit. Southwest of Dawnstar is Mzin Shaleft. Southwest of Riften, on the border of Skyrim, is Avenschnzel. A large Dwemer ruin behind Understone Keep is, of course, Njuandzel. So yeah, and like I said in my game theories video, it seems like they're going to make a return at some point, and there's been tons of mods for it, and I'm kind of, the main one is that I've seen is kind of disappoints me because he seems to know nothing about the Dwemer, and it's very much he's only really made it lore friendly through people actually telling him this wasn't happening, this didn't happen, they weren't like this, and we really don't know what they were like. So yeah, that was my first ever Skyrim lore video. I've been trying to do this for years, well, 2 years, and never really got the chance. Couldn't upload more than 15-minute videos, because I tried to do the entire Elven lore in one video before. But anyway, couldn't upload it more than 15 minutes. Anyway, and up until recently. But yeah, we just go to Lore Wars here. On the UESP wiki says the War of the First Council, and it lasted 12 years, from the First Era 688 to First Era 700, and the secular Dwemer waged war against the Chima Great Houses as well as the nomadic Ashlanders of Vardenfell, who had united under General Inderol Nerevar. In the aftermath of the final clash, the Battle of Red Mountain, the Dwemer had mysteriously disappeared. Nerevar was dead. So it does say Nerevar was dead. House put another source, namely Mr. X's Dwemer lore video, said that he took part in the tribunal thing. House Dagoth was similar into the other houses, and a new religion was born, revering the living gods of the tribunal, and later cursing Volin Dagoth, the High Counselor of the defunct House Dagoth, as the devil incarnate. It is also called the War of the Red Mountain, probably because of the Battle of Red Mountain. And so basically this war meant the destruction of House Dagoth and death of Nerevar. So yeah, if you want to have a look at the have a look at the pages that I used to research for this video, I'll put them in the link. I'll put a link in the description below, and everything apart from the YouTube video. But anyway, yeah, that was it for this video. I'll probably be doing another later on today. I just don't know what on. I might do or I might not. Kind of what I should do next. I hope you all had a great 2014, and as always, subscribe for more.